Faithful. This is just to let you know there's more than one way that you can check in on the different types of degree of fuckery we get into. You can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or just watch us on YouTube or Rumble. Don't forget to like, share, and comment where you can, or just leave 5 stars on Apple Podcast. We thrive on things like absolution from our audience, but see if we can get this steamrolled into something big. We're depending on you. Thank you for watching. Now let us begin.
Welcome, Angry Fable. Today we're going to talk, me and my dad I decided to do this, and Johnny's going to do this too with his dad. He's going to come in and videotape them talking and everything about their personal lives as fathers. I just thought it was kind of interesting that me in your case, you keep on saying that we really didn't hang out as much, but the fondest memories is you doing those extra jobs like picking up donuts and everything. I got to hang out with you on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
That was freaking fun. And then I got to meet Tony, and Tony was a cool guy and everything, he's still around, right?
As far as I know, he still is. He still got his shop in Iowa Park.
Well, I went down there, and I didn't see the donut shop down in Iowa Park.
You remember where it was?
Yeah, it's just like that Old Park Road, and you just keep on going, and it's like over
across from that grocery store.
Yeah. No, it's not there.
Not there anymore?
No.
Huh. He must have come out, got sold out of it then.
I guess so. But, I mean, we've always had the yearly trips that we would do.
Yeah.
We'd go like man, I remember that one time we went to Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
I mean, Amy thought it was the greatest thing in the world because she got to go to Disney World. I hated it. I honestly did. I liked a couple of things, but I hated it. I was like, where are all the rides?
Yeah, I know.
Because you're going on a trip like that, and all the rides that we were riding and everything like that. I think the best ride that we rode on was that one. Mountains thing, Space Mountain.
Yeah, Space Mountain.
Yeah,
but that one that was in the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was one that was in the ball.
Yeah.
But it didn't really have. I mean, there was a couple of cool things that. I mean, the underwater aquarium.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good, and had that deep diving suit.
Yeah.
You'd get into. I liked it that time we went across the pond to the different countries, and I was enjoying going through all the different cultures and everything, and all of a sudden your mother looks up, there's no rides over here. No. Let's go back. And, oh God.
Yeah, there was no. It was an experience to go and hang out and to get pictures. That's about it.
Yeah, and then on the way out, I looked down. Where's the camera?
Yeah. I kind of. And
you hoof beat it real quick back to where the was by. And luckily, nobody messed with it by that pond.
Yeah. Well, lucky you found out. And it wasn't the camera that was. And I kick myself because I don't know where that camera's at anymore.
I don't either.
But I mean, it was a good camera.
Yeah, I think we gave it to you.
Yeah, and I gave it back. I thought I gave it back to you because I kept on moving around and everything.
Because like the camera and my typewriter.
Yeah, I don't know where. No, Michael might have the typewriter.
You might have the typewriter.
Yeah, I think because I know because I kept on moving. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I kind of kicked myself from because I kept on having to move around right out of Gala Military because of crap places I ended up staying at.
Yeah, that, and he still got that sewing machine.
Yes, Michael still has a sewing machine, which we haven't done anything with.
Yeah.
So,
but he's got that typewriter up back, like that back.
I'll talk to him about it, see if he still has it. If he doesn't, my bad. Okay. If anything,
you can't buy me another one.
No, I bet you can.
But I found out something last night.
Were you going to be like you can still buy typewriters. They're actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Well, there's this one that's one gag.
Gig.
That's not gig. It's gang.
One game?
Yeah. Hold on.
Got me on that one.
Damn it! Come on.
But
I mean, do it this way. Go ahead.
but I remember last night.
Yeah, it's one gang typewriter.
Huh? Never heard of that.
It's like
Oh, old son of a bitch.
yeah.
I'm talking about my electric typewriter.
No, you can't get electric. Why would you want electric? This is more your time frame.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Lodi, too.
You know, it's really sad. I found out I need reading glasses now.
Getting old there, son.
Yeah, freaking Tony was. I was talking to Tony about it, and she was like, "Well, you might want to just go up to an eye doctor." When was the last time you went to an eye doctor? I was like, "Last time I went to the eye doctor was."
We were in the Air Force, wasn't it?
It was when I was in, because they had to do the eye exam there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was when I was in. I thought it was when I was third.
Because you used to wear glasses.
I think what it was, and I think what it was the fact that I didn't know how to control my eyes. Mm-hmm. That was the whole problem, and I found out how to control my eyes because I can't read anything. This is my stopping point right now, and I just have to have 2x. I like reading glasses.
Well, you're not supposed to have a book like this.
Yeah,
Like
but
this.
when you yeah. I'm always reading stuff, and I don't even think that's the problem either.
Yeah.
Because when the only time frame when I have to have something like that is when it's small print, and I just can't read it, and you bring something up and everything, and I can't read it from that direction. So I don't really think I need reading glasses all too much. I might not be. It might just be that.
Yeah. Just where you're holding it.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's like Michael, he definitely needs reading glasses because whenever he looks at stuff, it's like he has it like arm length just to read it.
That's called Michael's farsighted.
Yeah,
And like me, I'm nearsighted.
And Kai's the same way, where he has to have like one eye open, closed. I mean, me and Tom were talking about it. And
But you also try that LASIK surgery.
I could probably do that when I get enough money.
But what they say, I don't like it because when I first tried it back many years ago, when you're...
You tried your LASIK surgery?
I looked into it.
Oh, okay.
Because your grandma Barnes or Humphreys went to Dr. Amarillo, and the doc checked me out, and he said, I'm a perfect case for it. But he could only guarantee that I would be without glasses for 5 years.
Oh, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Well, I bet nowadays it's totally different.
Nope. It might be 10 years, maybe. But
Really?
they guarantee that I will be in reading glasses if I get LASIK surgery. I will have to have reading glasses, and then after about 10 years, I'm going to be going back to glasses again anyway.
That's so strange.
But I talked with the people at the VA last time I was there and said not to worry about it because they said that I'm going to probably get cataracts in my eyes anyway.
Really?
And it's they say they said it's guaranteed I don't get cataracts, and what they'll do is just replace the lens, and I won't need glasses. Eventually, I have to go back into have reading glasses, but they'll replace. I'm going to be guaranteed to have cataracts. They'll cut them out and cut the lenses out, replace the lenses, and I just have to rehab.
Why can't they do that now?
I don't have cataracts.
Is it cataracts like a one-time deal?
More or less, yeah.
So once you get formed cataracts and everything, that's when you actually get your... That is so strange.
Don't get it until you really need it.
Huh. Wow. That is weird.
Now, glaucoma's permanent. You can't never fix that.
Yeah.
It's just cataracts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Grandma Barnes, I remember Grandma, well, I'm saying Barnes, but there's Humphreys. She had cataract surgery, and she was real happy with it because she could see again without glasses.
Okay. Well, most of your, and this is the difference between me and you, because I learned this from you, is you were always working and everything when I was a kid. You only had like at least 3 jobs. Me, I never tried to work any kind of overtime and everything like that. Now I'm like always working as much as I possibly can. It's because I don't have anything else better to do. I'm like, but
at one point in time, I had 4 jobs. But,
did you? Because I know you were working. Did you work at the? I know. When you were working at the hospital, you're still working for Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And then you were working for Target.
Mm-hmm.
All at the same time. What was the fourth job?
Well, when I first started working for the hospital, I got on a job with the base, still doing Pizza Hut. And then whenever I lost the hospital job, I picked up Target. So I had Pizza Hut, Target, and let's see, Pizza Hut and Target. When I lost the base job, so I lost the base job. That's so I was down to just the hospital and got Target and Pizza Hut. And then whenever I got let go of when I lost the hospital, it was just Pizza Hut and Target. And then I started working for the county. And then that's county, Pizza Hut, and Target. And then, 2002, after the problem I had after your mother passed away, I had started having anxiety attacks when I was driving for Pizza Hut, so I quit that. So I just had.
You never told me about that.
Because of the person that I was with.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they were a manager at one of the other stores, and I met her at my store.
Yeah.
And started having anxiety attacks whenever I was trying to drive, and I just had I took a leave of absence, and it got to where I just didn't go back. But I had Target and the sheriff's department.
One thing I learned, because I did the delivery driver thing, the one thing I learned about delivery driving, unless you're like working now, one of the main listeners, Maria, she works as Maria. I don't know. Anyways,
She gonna love you for that.
Johnny's the only one that says anything about it. She doesn't say anything about it. And we talk like on a weekly basis because she gets bored when she's driving her truck, because she moves trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I found out, because working for Domino's at that one point in time, going around doing deliveries and coming back, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that we had like $1.60 gasoline, I probably wouldn't have made ends meet. It was, and for the fact that I was still getting unemployment.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. People was like, "Oh, this is my job." I'm like, how?
Well, you have to have a car that great on gas.
My car was great on gas. That was the thing. Well, no, that car wasn't.
You can
great
buy inexpensive gas.
No, I can't buy any expensive
No,
gas.
and tips. At one point in time, I was making so much in tips I didn't need a paycheck.
Yeah.
And with my tips commission, which is my Pizza Hut did it, I got X amount of dollars or X amount of cents for each delivery I made, and my paycheck. And with all that tips, the commission, and my paycheck, I was making more than the manager. And they wanted me to be a manager. I said, "No, I ain't gonna lose no money."
Yeah. That was one thing. When would we stop doing like yearly vacations? Because I just thought about that. It's like we stopped like yearly vacations probably around about.
I think about the time when you went into service.
No, because we didn't do one in my senior year either.
But we really didn't do on vacations. If we went anywhere, it was usually to your grandmother's in Dallas, or your grandmother's.
Yeah, but we
Walker.
still went to like probably about Six Flags or some shit like that.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
But,
at least once a year we would
that really
go.
wasn't a vacation. It was just a day trip to Six Flags and back. Well, no, we did it on a weekend whenever we was staying with your grandmother.
No, we did it on the weekday.
Weekday?
We always made sure we did it on
Yeah.
the weekday.
Yeah, was when.
We either went to Wet and Wild or Six Flags.
Yeah, another bad memory.
What was that?
That time when your Aunt Billy Sue and your cousins Curtis, and I don't know if Melanie was there. We went to Six Flags, and I was chasing Curtis down the daggum spindle top and twisted my ankle about noon. I was knocked out for Six Flags for the rest of the daggum day. I was laying in the daggum park with my foot propped up, and then after that we went to the hospital, and they put me in a wrap, and I had to sell my Wet n Wild tickets because me and your mother couldn't go because I had to sit. I couldn't go to the
That
Wet
must
n
have been
Wild.
before us because I don't remember that.
It was even small.
Yeah. Well, that was another thing that I was like, where was I? Oh, I was at AT&T and we were talking about all the toys that we gotten as a kid and everything. And there, other kids was like, yeah, we were poor. We didn't get that many toys and everything. And I was like, yeah, my sister, she keeps on saying that we had a horrible life and everything. And I thought about it. And I was like, we didn't want for anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there's a couple of toys that I would want, but nowadays I think about it, I'm like, the phases of being older and everything like that, you pretty much realize you didn't need that stuff. And nowadays I'm at the point to where, you gave me a calendar, and I'm appreciative of it. I love you for that you gave me something, but I just don't need anything.
Yeah.
I'm at that phase. It's really weird that, the only thing I gotten here recently that I really, really wanted was that bow, and I use it as much as I possibly can. But it was kind of a tit for tat type thing. It was I wanted to enjoy it and get all the stuff that I've been going through and everything, and it helps a lot. And it's kind of a therapeutic thing, because I was listening to a couple of podcasts how using a bow and everything cleared out a lot of the trauma and everything. Not cleared out the trauma, but helped out with the trauma.
Yeah.
And we all know in the past, since I was turned 20, how much trauma I've gone through. So I had to deal with that, and that actually helps out. Just an extra hobby. So there's this too. This is another hobby that I invest in. I wanted to I want it to be big, but I just don't care. I love doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have. My favorite thing is I like to read a lot, but most I don't have time at home. I'm watching TV with Vicky, or I'm watching TV just myself. And we got plant projects around the house every once in a while.
Yeah.
This summer we're going to have more projects because she wants to have a garden and stuff, vegetable garden.
You should start that now, honestly, because depending on what you're planting and everything like that, you need to do it this time frame around April.
Yeah.
And just pick a spot and everything. Like tomatoes, you need to get it done now.
Well, right now the weather's too cold yet.
Next week should be good, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm just curious
because we could have started last week, but that cold snap came in.
Yeah, that was.
The weather's kind of unpredictable.
Yeah. Next week it's supposed to be 70s to 80s. Just don't do it Thursday. Thursday is supposed to rain, and then you got. I was gonna go clean my car too.
Well, what we could do is, like we said, Thursday is supposed to rain. We'll do the planting Tuesday and Wednesday.
See, the thing,
the rain would water it.
Well, the thing is, what you have to realize here in Texas is you're gonna have to buy the dirt. You have to buy your own soil because the soil around here is mostly clay.
Yeah.
So, but
also like about April or so, they have that mulch.
Yeah.
We can just put it where it is and put the mulch on top of it.
Yeah. You just have to have something that gives a little nutrition to the soil and everything. Stuff I learned from Mom when she was around.
Yeah,
but
Mom, she make anything grow. I killed a daggum avocado, aloe vera plant. You can't, and those are hard to kill.
Are they?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I don't know. That and the cactus. I like that. That's like that cactus at a house now. It died on me once, but it came back.
Oh, really?
That song got big. And all of a sudden, it died out, and then it came back.
It only takes like a drop of water to live.
Yeah, I know. We just leave it alone and let it sit there and just do its own thing. I think I might have hit it with a lawnmower too many times.
Yeah.
Or a weed eater.
Probably. Another thing that's different between, even for me parenting now, and I thought about this and if I had like more back in my life and everything, give her a flip phone. Nowadays, that's the thing. You just give them like a smartphone and just leave them their own cord. But I was thinking about that one too.
Yeah.
And I was like, It's the same things like giving me comics back when I was a kid or
Yeah.
something to read and everything. It entertains the kids and everything. And everybody's like, "Oh, if you give them this, they're entertained. They're watching movies and they're doing this."
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
not going outside, not enjoying the world, shall we say?
well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of kids now. They still go outside and everything
Yeah,
like that.
that's like your how you put them? Your nephews and nieces.
Yeah, they're outside kids.
Yeah, they their mother makes sure they go outside and play.
Yeah. And a lot
they-
of people don't.
A
Well,
lot of them. Here's
they have a yard too. A
Yeah.
lot of kids just have like. I mean, they have parks over where the
yeah.
apartment complexes are at. And I see a lot of kids could do that, but I also see a lot of kids that don't do that. I was like when Maura was a kid and tried to get her on a jungle gym. She was just so scared of everything, and it was one of those things that I had her doing stuff, and then when
She goes back and mama gets.
it just comes back around, and I was like, well, you liked it like a couple of. I was like, yeah, but I felt forced and everything. My mom says you forced me. I'm like, no, I gave you the courage to do that stuff, and I just.
That's one thing we worried about her is when she's growing up, her diet. She come to our house and didn't like almost everything, and then when she tasted, I didn't know it tasted this good.
Yes, that you have to get her to eat it at least once because it was like steak.
Yeah.
The whole steak thing.
Yeah.
I told you about that. She didn't like it because her grandmother made it, and they made it well done. And finally, I was like,
well burnt.
well burnt, yeah. I was like, do I need... the first thing that came around, she's like, do I need sauce for this? Because I had to have sauce. I was like, Maura, if a steak's cooked good enough... She finally came out to the acceptance that her dad was a really good cook and knows how to cook, even though we just usually just go out to eat and everything like that. And finally, when she's actually here, I make it a point to actually cook stuff for her, and she eats it. It's like SOS. I made SOS for her one time. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to want to eat it, though. And I cooked it for her. I made it for her. And she's like, well, I don't like more. Just try it. She ate it. It's like, my grandmother is a horrible cook.
Yeah.
It was so hilarious when she said it.
Well, her other grandmother is a great cook, and she loves her cooking now.
Yeah, I think that's where her mentality is.
Yeah,
the only time frame that I went against my own daughter on thinking food wise and everything. This time frame nowadays, I'm gonna, especially with bread. She really knows how to make breads. And get her helping cook breads and everything like that. Turns out really good. But we went to. I was like, hey, I'm gonna try this Panera Bread. I heard they're pretty decent. A lot of people talk about it. She's like, they over knead their dough. Don't eat there. I'm like, really? What do you mean? Oh, it's like they make all their bread in house, right? It's like, yeah, that's the whole thing about going up there. I mean, the soup bowls are all right because having the eating because you do the bowl and everything. But I had like a sandwich. I'm never eating there again.
Hey, guess what's coming back?
Grandy's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right by our house.
Really?
Yeah, you know where Whataburger is? On McNeil.
Yes.
Across the street with that pharmacy,
Yeah.
that's where Grandy's going to be.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, someone told me
Yeah.
about that this week, and I was like, man, that sounds so great.
Oh, yeah. We used to eat that all the time.
Yeah, it's that smoke shop now. Yeah. Over on Kemp.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hadn't had a. I'm kind of like a lot of the stuff that I usually like back in the day. I really can't. I mean, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I love still because they really haven't changed. But I had like Grandy's when we were when I was in Abilene. They had a Grandy's there. It just didn't taste the same.
Yeah, you know, the only Grandy's I remember is on the other side of Decatur.
Okay, yeah.
Off 287. Up there on that hill.
Yeah. Because we always drove down it.
Yeah.
To go get to it and everything like that. We always have it there, especially.
No, it's
when
on that one. I'm talking
That one's
about
gone, isn't
way
it?
past.
Oh,
About what? Roanoke? Not Roanoke, but Roan.
oh, okay, yeah,
Up
yeah,
there on
yeah,
the hill?
yeah. Over. Okay, you're talking about the one over on University Drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're on 287 and you drive.
Yeah, by that Cracker Barrel exit.
No.
You know that one turn that you turn to get back home?
I'm
man, I can't get to
between Decatur and Fort Worth.
Oh, okay.
Up there on the hill.
Okay. I got a picture of it because I went just recently. Came down.
Never stopped there, but always wanted to. And what I hope we get back to, because every time we go to Waco or go to San Antonio, we stop there at Waco is Fazoli's.
I really wasn't impressed with Fazoli's. I mean, it was nice when it was here, but I was like, I found out nowadays there's one big difference between your generation and like the beginning of my generation is nowadays we have a vast amount of knowledge. I mean, remember when you kept on telling me that you need to roll up your windows when you have the AC on in the car because there's a temperature check and everything, and I finally Googled it and told you it's like, see, this is the reason why it turns on and off. But you actually probably learned that from somebody else that told you that, and you didn't do any research and everything. They accepted it as gospel, and nowadays. Like, does that really happen like that? And I mean, I constantly do it. And that's why a lot of people is like, oh, man, he's so intelligent. No, I'm Google intelligent. There's a big difference. I'm not really that smart. I just like researching stuff because I get kind of curious. But what was I trying to get at? The amount of knowledge on stuff that, I found out how Quiznos did their, because Quiznos was actually pretty good, pretty decent. I usually have the carbonara sandwich.
Yeah.
And the reason why they went down and we don't have any Quiznos because they were almost as popular as Subway at the time. What happened was they someone sold the whole franchise business to this company. And all of their fruits, vegetables, and all of the material they needed the franchisees needed to run those business had to buy it from Quiznos, the big Quiznos business.
Yeah.
And they overcharged the franchisees.
Daggone.
Yes. So, I mean, instead of doing it like warehouse cost, they did it at regular cost. And you know the big difference between regular cost and warehouse costs. Yeah. It's like 200 to 300% more. Yeah, and that's the reason why you don't see that many Quiznos anymore. So that was Fazoli's. Fazoli's was one of those things that it was all right, but it wasn't like the best in the world. I thought because it's more or less the comings of an actual cook and everything. I mean, the spaghetti was watered down. The lasagna was all right.
I remember whenever I worked Target, I'd work 4 o'clock to noon. And I get off at noon, go to Fazoli's, get a spaghetti plate, they have breadsticks, or spaghetti with meat sauce, and get a full one, and I'd take it back to the house, and me and your mother that's what we'd have for lunch. Yeah. She loved that. And Vicky, she loves Fazoli's. And if we go to Waco, or on the way through Waco, we have to eat at Fazoli's. Yeah. Whenever we went to get Mora at Wichita where we stayed the night, we hunted down at Fazoli's. And then when we were staying the week or 2 weeks with her mother's house, watching the house while they was on a cruise, we hunted down at Fazoli's.
Yeah, I never got Fazoli's.
Yeah, it's really good. It's not all mushy, and it's not hard as a rock either. It's pretty good. Yeah. We liked it.
It's so sad that I was talking to one of the interviewees. I go through and everything. He's like, man, going through all your videos and everything, you talk about a lot of food. I was like, you know what? When it comes around to it, that's a melting pot to where you can come to peace with fucking food. If it's I mean, if you have crappy food and everything, you both can argue about the crappy food and everything
Yeah.
like that. But you're going to come with your terms of you have some kind of commonality with it.
Well, with your knowledge of food and everything, you ought to get you a food truck.
I thought about that.
Or there's a place on the same road as where Vicky's mother lives. They build food trailers. Where instead of it being on a truck, you can get it, cook it to your car if you have a bigger car,
Yeah, I could probably cook it.
and pull it somewhere.
Yeah,
Instead
no.
of having a whole big truck.
The whole reason why I don't do like the food truck thing and everything, because I had a buddy of mine when I was working up at Howmet asked me to come up with a menu. I came up with a menu for him, but when it came around to it, cooking and everything like that, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I still can come up with really cool concoctions and everything like that, but when it comes around to it, I enjoy cooking for friends and family, and that's about it. I don't know what it is or where it came from, but I got to the point to where I just don't. It's the whole criticizing of me. That's the reason why I stopped cooking for you guys when I was staying out with you, is because you guys criticize the fucking food every chance y'all got.
There's not every chance we got it because we criticize it because you do some weird shit
Yeah, and it tastes good.
to you.
Yeah, that's the thing when you, my chili is not that. Johnny didn't like the chili that I make because it tasted too much chili. It was like he was like it was too
much
chili.
chili powder.
Well, in my defense, I put a pound of chili. I didn't measure the meat right because usually I use about 2 pounds of meat,
Yeah.
and I didn't do it that way. But he's like, if you use like half the recipe for chili, and I was like, I like that taste. I like that chili taste.
Yeah. I don't mind the chili taste. I just don't like it real spicy.
It wasn't spicy.
You know that deer chili you made and you had me try?
Oh yeah, that was
That
spicy.
stuff kicked me in the ass.
It wasn't spicy for me.
Yeah.
Of course, I ate it through crackers and cheese.
No, you're eating it straight. No, it had no cheese in it. It just,
No, yeah,
I was
you had-
farting
you had it-
flames, dude.
you're you started a fire in my bathroom because you're fucking chilly, you asshole.
Yeah. A good thing I had gas in the day and come over. I'd blow myself out of it.
That would be hilarious. I still like that.
Methane gas and chili gas do not mix. They're
No.
combustible.
There's a meme. There's a meme. I don't know if I saved it or not. I don't think I did. But there's a meme that they have like Wolverine character after that helicopter explosion after his Wolverine Origins movie, and they have like Van Diesel after the big explosion on that one, and Denzel Washington after the explosion. And you see a just guy coming out of the Taco Bell restroom. That's funny. But we've actually just recently come to terms of how, and I keep on wondering because you, of your technically 3 children, you're like of all of them, you turned out decent. I mean, you've always had some rough patches. This is not your
Yeah.
fault. I mean, it really none of the stuff that I put on myself is ever my fault because I've always had a job, but that job's usually I get laid off from. I never really gotten fired, and the jobs that I gotten fired, I really didn't put myself into it that much, and it just ended up to the point to where I end up getting a really good job, really good pay, and then they just lose funding.
Just lose the company.
Yeah.
We did our best with you.
Amy, you really couldn't do that much.
Well, your sister remembers everything. It has a bad upbringing because it's convenient for her.
Yeah. Which is always really sad for me for her, because she's all. I had to prefer Jeanette, the lady that we met when we went to the gun show just recently. I was talking to really hardcore with. You remember Will, Amy's boyfriend?
Yeah.
That's her sister.
Oh, wow.
And me and her were talking about it because we were talking about when Amy came around, when she had her girls and everything. Jeanette was like, she just wanted to, she just kept on, it was weird. And Jeanette had to pull away the kids from Amy. I was like, yeah, I've had to do that a couple of times with my own kids.
You remember when we lived on Tampico?
Mm-hmm.
The girl that lived across the street?
Mm-hmm.
And there's one that lived down the street and to the right. The one that was a Native American.
No, I don't remember that one.
But all three of them were real. Your mother and those two were real good friends.
Oh, are you talking? No, that's not on Tampico, but you're talking about the.
I'm not talking about her neat.
Okay.
But it might have been also, it's close to the 2000 period. You might have been in the military at the time.
I might have been.
But all three of them were friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amy stepped in and got, who was it lived across the street? It was
That was Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa and this other girl mad at each other. But Lisa was friendly with April, and this girl was friendly with, not April, but with Amy. And this girl was friendly with Amy. But that girl and Lisa were not friends anymore.
Why?
Because Amy stepped in the middle of them. She wanted to be their friend. But if they were friends together, then it put her out of the middle.
Yeah, I think that, and it just shows the Thanksgiving time frame this year of how much I stomped on all of her stuff, because the whole family knows, that how messed up Amy really is and everything. Well, I legitimately put everything up so I could just stomp on her parade throughout the whole freaking Thanksgiving. I knew she was going to say something. Everybody was thanking Kenny for, Thanksgiving dinner and everything. I was like, I did it exactly how she would do it, too. That was another reason why I did it, because I did it exactly. I told Kenny I was going to do this when we were in the shed. I was like, I'm gonna do some weird stuff this year. I was just like, I'm gonna do exactly what Amy does during Thanksgiving. During her little spill, he's like, I gotta see this, but I'm gonna do it my way because it's gonna be funny to me. And I was like, everybody was thanking Kenny for Thanksgiving dinner, and I popped up. I was like, well, I think Kenny when we're in the shed. What's your first thought? Mm-hmm. I was like. And Amy goes, I can't believe you would say something like that. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I thanked him when we were in the shed. Where's your mind going? I mean, seriously, Amy, what is your mind going? I went in there. Me and him were cooking the turkey. I was helping him out in the shed. And I was like, hey, thank you again. Before I just want to get this out of the way so nobody sees it and everything. That I thank you now so you know it's personal. What are you getting at? Seriously, what are you getting at? Everybody else was laughing their ass out except for Amy. She's like hunkered down into a little hole. It's the little things in my life that I do.
She always claimed that one time. I think you were in the front seat with your mother. I don't know if I was in the car or not.
No, you weren't, and that really fucking happened. She kept on hitting the back end of the fucking.
And you came across the back seat.
No, I went from the front seat, and this is in a van. Everybody, I want you to know, and this is, and everybody that knows me personally knows me. Well, there's some people that watch this show that don't personally knows me, and it's never hit my buttons that hard. But we all know that not to hit each other's buttons. Mm-hmm. If we say, hey, this is enough, stop it. It stops there. It doesn't go anywhere. But Amy, on the other hand, this is exactly what was happening. Me and Mom were having a conversation. This is when I was in the military. I just came down for a visit. Amy kept on kicking the backseat of the chair, wanting attention and everything. And I kept it up, and I turned around and was like, hey, Amy, you need to stop. We're not it's all right. We don't get any attention because I haven't been around for a while. Mom wants to talk with me. Deal with it. So she kept it up. Well, we're at the stop sign where that Jose Burrito place is.
Yeah.
That corner, that four-way crossing.
Mm-hmm.
I went from the front seat to the rear of that van, and it happened so quick with her. I unzipped my belt buckle, pulled it aside, legitimately flipped the handrail or hand thing.
Yeah, armrest.
Went in the back, undid her seatbelt, pulled her up, slammed her into the slammed into the back end of that van, and I was like, "This is what you get when you don't stop. Stop it right now." She's like, "He's trying to kill me." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm telling you, face to face, what you did wrong. Yeah. You are not the victim. You're the perpetrator, and I'm stopping you just like any freaking cop or anything should do." Went back in the front seat.
Yeah.
She keeps on saying she was the victim, and that no, she was not the victim.
She causes the situation and then claims to be the victim.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that she says that she as like whenever one of her friends ended up wanting to try to date me and everything. Nowadays, it's even worse because every time like there's a new chick that comes by and talks with me, and it's like one of her friends that Rachel was another one. Mm-hmm. Came by and wanted to hang out and talk with me. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And my sisters and then Amy was like, this is so unfair. She's my friend and everything like that. And Rachel was like, what are you doing? And and she was like, I can plainly see that you need to stop because he legitimately wants just to be friends. He's just like, hey, yeah, I'll show you around town and everything, what's new and everything. Mm-hmm. No big deal, you know. And Rachel was like, well, there's no we have to be, you know, just friends and everything like that. I was like, oh, we're just gonna be friends, no big deal. She's like, when you said that with like confidence, I was like, yeah, you're not my type. You're a sweet person and everything like that, but you're not my type.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna come around.
She's always like that. Like all of her older women.
We were supposed to be talking about how we're being great fathers and everything. We're just bashing ours.
Yeah. No, your grandmother.
Granny. Not Granny, but Grandma Thompson.
Nope, Granny.
Okay.
Granny told me and your mother, Amy could be in a perfect situation and still cry.
Yeah.
And Amy does not know when to shut up.
Yeah, she absolutely doesn't.
It's like one time, I'm not proud of it, but she started on me. She pushed the right buttons, and she was laying on her bed, I was on top of her, and I was very close to beating the holy hell out of her with my fist, telling her to just shut up.
Yeah.
She wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
And there's other things that she said that you and your friends did to her. It never happened.
No, I know exactly what time frame she's talking about, and it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I know exactly who it was, but it's so far in the past and everything. Yeah. I mean,
but that one
okay. In that instance, she does have a right to what she said, but because she doesn't know the reference or what happened,
mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, she was physically abused,
mm-hmm.
Sexually, but she doesn't remember it right, and she doesn't remember the right people. I know their exact regular the people it was, and there's a reason why they're not around,
mm-hmm.
because I won't put those people in my life.
Yeah,
because what happened, and was it me? No, It wasn't me. It wasn't any of my new friends that we have now. But it's one of those things is because of her psychological, and by the way, the whole audience just listening, my sister does have like a lot of mental problems that she's somewhat gotten fixed now. She's on the right medication and everything, but it doesn't get.
She stays on her medication.
Yeah, but
well, that's one instance where we made her go to bed early. She did not want to go to sleep. We had a water bed. The lights were out in the bedroom. I walk in the bedroom, and I feel moisture under my feet. And we had a touch lamp. Not thinking. Touch the lamp, light come on, and I see water all over the floor. Water coming out of the water bed. I pull the sheets back, pull the pillow off, sheets back, and there's a hole in the mattress. Pick it up, and luckily I had at the head of the bed was a cabinet, and I had patches in there. Got the patches out, patched the water bed, put it back down. It's fixed. Got all the water up. After I did that, I thought, I'm standing in water, and there's electricity.
Yeah.
I could have shot myself to death. Then two, come to find out what happened, she got mad.
Well, how'd you find that out?
She told us.
Oh, really?
After all that, she got mad at me, and she took a pair of scissors to where I lay on the mattress and started stabbing the mattress. And she was mad at me because I made her go to bed.
Yeah. I think me and you only had like a couple of instances in our lives that we were...
Like that one time, let's see, you were using the 900 number at the neighbor's telephone. And I come bringing you back to the house. I started with, I think, my hand around your throat, standing up, then you worked down into a headlock. And then I thought, I'm not fighting. And I just dropped and rammed your head into the ground.
Yeah.
Knocked the fight right out of you.
Yeah.
And then you got up. We walked into the house. You went into your room and kind of crying. And I went in my bedroom. I started watching TV. After a little while, I come in, open the door. Head still hurt. Yeah. Here, here's Tylenol. Let's make your head go away. Just get you some rest. Closed the door. Went back to my room.
Yeah, we always had that though. We beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but the thing is, I never told you something. I couldn't show you that you beat me.
Yeah.
Whenever I drove your head into the ground, I bruised 4 ribs.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was in dire pain after that.
Oh.
You never knew that because I couldn't let you know you beat me or you hurt me.
Yeah, and this is the time frame where I was taking martial arts and everything.
Yeah, and I still whooped you, but you hurt me.
You had to pull out some dirty tricks. To
I
do
did.
It. Yeah.
I always do dirty tricks on you.
Yeah, that's the only way it works, and that's the only way I end up finding anyways. Because it was because I knew what you did, and I was like, man, he just went all out. I was like, I guess I'm gonna. And every time I fight now, and people like get that weird. I thought I had everything. It's like, if I'm fighting clean, yeah, you're probably gonna beat me. If I'm fighting, there's no way. I had a guy.
If you're fighting clean,
you're not fighting.
You're not really fighting. But if you can't win, you're fighting like my dad.
Yeah. And what's funny about it? Someone did that when I was trying to work when I was working corrections. They had me in a headlock, and he was a big dude. He was about my height, but a little bit stockier.
Yeah.
He's like, you'll never get out of this headlock. Did you know a guy will leave out of a headlock if you grab his nuts and twist?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He found out the hard way that's happening. He's like, you'll never get out of this headlock. I got you good. And everybody else was like, oh yeah. And except for like one guy, he's like, oh, you should let go. You should get let go right now. You should. He's got that look in his eye. You're gonna be in pain. And as soon as he's like, what are you gonna do? Pop, twist, pull. He was like, he's screaming like a little girl and everything, and he was like, "You shouldn't have done that. I can't believe he." And in my lifetime, I always know that these people, like, anytime they lose a fight or they lose out of whatever they wanted, it's someone else's fault.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that you've always bred is like, if you fuck up, you fuck up. Get on the horse and get on again, if that's the case. And a lot of times you credit me saying it's like, well, Dad, if you raised me like a shit bag, it'd probably be a shit bag. You didn't raise me like a shit bag. Neither did Mom. I always took anything that happened to me, it was my fault. I just look back and was like, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Move on.
Well, it's like I work for Pete, Domino's. There's a guy, big guy. He's about 200 to 300 pounds. Monty, assistant manager. He loved getting me in bear hugs from the behind. And then he'd feel my arm snaking around behind me. Mm-hmm. He got out of bear hug real quick. Also, the guy was really ticklish. I tickled that son of a gun into the daggum closet and closed it behind me. He wouldn't mess with me because he knew I'm going to get out of this.
Yeah.
He thought he could get me a bear hug and not work. Well, he didn't know I could put my arm around like I did. Yeah. And once they get to the, kind of scratching on the thigh, he'd, woo! He let me go.
Yeah, I have no problems because I had this one guy fight me. It's like, what would you do if he ended up doing a certain thing? It's like, yeah, I'd probably play with your balls. He's like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, man. I mean, I'd probably play with your balls, and you'll probably just freak out after that and just run away. He thought about it. He's like, you have no fucking line, do you? I was like, not one bit. Mm-mm. Not even vocally I have any kind of line.
It's like, I've only got one phrase. I'm a small guy, really. Now I'm bigger than I've ever been right now. 170, 165, 170 pounds, 5'9". But I'm not a very super strong guy. I know leverage.
Yeah.
But I've got one saying, and people understand it. Judge, I was in fear for my life.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my defense. Judge, I was in fear for my life.
I actually talked to somebody this week about that because he goes is like, oh, I always carry a gun and everything like that. And I was like, yeah, I do too. But you just got to remember one thing though. Whenever you do stuff like that, don't talk to cops. Talk to a lawyer. And whenever you're up in that court, I always say it's like I was scared for my life. He's like, well, does that work? I was like, work with OJ.
Yeah, that's a phrase you always got to remember.
Yeah,
Judge,
I was afraid for my life.
I was in fear for my life.
I was scared. You had this freaking huge ass gun. I know. That was because I was
in fear for my life.
I was like our super fan when she came down last time. And we've talked about this off air a lot, and I kind of like hinted at it a couple of times of how our city is not how our state is dealing with mentally handicapped now.
Yeah.
Not mentally handicapped,
mentally
ill
health problems,
mental health problems, and which I'm talking to some people about it. That's in the government scales. I was talking to people that hadn't been voted in yet. That was a big problem too. Mm-hmm. And he's in a media type thing now, and that's what he has a lot of talking points about that too, and how our we went from 3,000 beds to 300 beds in a span of a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
and how we have like mentally ill people running the streets right now. We had to go. We went to go to Bricktown to go eat when she was in town, and this guy he just in the front of that restaurant and then in the parking lot just started doing circles, just crazy circles. Okay, just loose and everything like that. Which he seemed like he's probably on meth. She like grabbed her bag and was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, well, I didn't want to get... And she's like ducked in. I was like... Yeah, just put the gun around. It was like, he wouldn't have touched you. He would have gotten him probably about 2 to 3 inches in front of you, and that would have been it. She's like, you would. I was like, I don't care. You don't fuck with my shit. You're my shit. You're a friend of mine. I'm not gonna let anybody touch you.
Yeah, you're there to protect.
Yeah.
And I thought one time we was coming from San Antonio. We stopped at Decatur, got something to eat, and that rest stop between Decatur and Alvoid. That big, it's a big rest stop with a restroom and everything. We stopped there to eat our lunch, and we're sitting there eating, and then this guy starts walking toward the truck. I just take my gun out, place it on the dash. He sees me do that. He turns around and walks away.
Yeah. Well, that's certain things to where I was like, I was trying to teach somebody. It's like, if this happens, I'll do this. I was like, what are the steps that you're doing that though? It's like, what they're coming at me. I was like, did you ever try talking to those people? Verbal jujitsu is a thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had several people that I spent probably a good 10, 15 minutes, and they ended up getting arrested, and come to find out they were just straight off killer. Mm-hmm. But because I talked to them and everything, I didn't have to worry about killing them or taking them down.
Yeah.
I have to use my words wisely. Undead a person, or unalive a person, and it was that whole thing to where I was like, dude, talk to the people, and he was like, no, you gotta show, I was like, this isn't nature. Mm-hmm. We're a verbal communication type species. Talk to the people. I was like, if that doesn't work, use louder words. Oh, you scream at them? I was like, no. Like 9mm and 40 cal. Yeah. You just keep on going up until you finished up the whole calibers.
Yeah. Well, it's like at work. One guy came out going to recreation. Another guy came out wanting recreation from 2 different tanks. I didn't know the guy from one tank was after the other guy. And they started fighting. Well, I was in the middle of them. Mm-hmm. And around pushing them both apart. And then one of them kind of bulls me over, knocks my glasses off. I get back up right between them, push them away, and then they look down and see who it is between them. They stop immediately. This is Mr. Dickerman in between us. We stopping now. They didn't say that, but that's what happened. And then it's all on camera. Mm-hmm. And everybody's, well, I would have done this, I would have done that. You don't know what you're going to do until you're there.
Yeah.
I would have gotten on the radio, you stopped the fight.
Yeah.
I would have knee-dropped him. I'd done this. You don't know what you're going to do until you're there.
That was the same instance where it was 3 Octobers ago. I think it was 2019. Yeah, it had been 2019. Where I thought to myself, because there was this car wreck, what had happened was a drunk lady came in on one side, straight on front end collision with the other person. Car went, the main wreck hit the first one. And by the way, I'm not EMT, I'm not a fire department, or this is just good guy scenario type deal that I ended up having to be. Saw this big wreck, parked over the side, tried to help out. And I carry a first aid kit, so my first aid kit, not everybody else's first aid kit. My first aid kit has a little extra stuff. By the way, get you a first aid kit, a really good one, especially when it has a tourniquet or stuff like that.
Yeah, and keep it in the vehicle.
Yeah, but no, person bleeding heavily for split lip, all gushed up and everything like that. Went in. I was like, here's a rag, cover whatever you can. Here's some gloves. Went out, grabbed some other gloves, went down there. Me and the cop ended up going there. I was like, can you get this door open? He's like, no, I can't. I was like, you got a baton? He's like, yeah, I got a baton. I was like, I don't have my stuff. Bash in the back window, that back window. I'll get you in there. Got him in there with all of his gear and everything like that. He's like, you're not. I was like, dude, just get in there. We don't know if she's alive or not. We need to pull her out. Mm-hmm. And He got in there. Fire department. As soon as we got him in and everything, fire department showed up. Fire department got there. I was still helping, and I saw there was too many people, so I backed off a little bit, and she didn't make it. And fire department. I asked the fire department. I was like, "Did I not get there soon enough?" He's like, and he saw what was happening in my mind. He's like, "I hate to tell you this right now, but no one could have saved her. It was a front end collision. Even the airbags went off. That didn't help either. It was a full on 60s. They said it was like 65, 60 to 70 miles an hour.
Head on.
Head on, and going 60 miles an hour and clashing and like that. It was straight on. He was surprised that the drunk driver, if the person wasn't drunk type deal, she would have died.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute, and then after I talked to another friend that gave me the information and everything, they literally said, the article literally said, if it wasn't for the fact that it was a front-on collision, she was dead on impact. And I was like, I breathed a little bit of relief because there was nothing I could have done.
Yeah, nothing.
And it wasn't my speed. It wasn't anything. I did everything I was trained to do throughout my entire life to try to help these people. And what sucked was the drunk driver lived. She's in jail now. And she's in prison. But because it was like manslaughter or some shit like that.
Vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah. And yeah. But other than that, I mean, this was a pretty interesting episode.
Yeah.
We barely get to talk that much as much as we did.
Yeah, we live in the same town, but we're not super close, but we are close. We're closer than we've ever been.
We are closer than we've ever been. And I can't wait to listen to Johnny and his dad's thing, too. Because we're going to do, there's just going to be a couple of episodes on the What the Hell episode. I think next week's going to be Johnny and his dad. And then it's going to be me and you and Johnny's dad and Johnny. We're going to sit around at a table and talk. And hopefully, just entertain people.
One thing I'm going to say, through your entire life, you were never without a dog. When you was with me.
Yeah, when I was
with
with
your mom.
you.
We always had a dog for you to play with.
I love dogs, but I just... See, the thing... Okay, I'll try to make this fast. You may end up doing something, and the only reason why I don't have a dog right now is I always get jobs with like 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And
it's not fair to the dog.
It's not fair to the dog.
You need to get your cat then.
Fuck that.
They don't give a shit.
One, I'm allergic to cats.
Yeah.
Two, I don't really like cats all too much, and they don't like me all too much.
You get that from me. I don't like cats at all. I don't like cats a lot, but with a cat, you don't really have to take care of it. Take care of itself. And
I don't like the smell.
Yeah.
Because you always have to have that fucking kiddie litter, and that
Now
smells
you kick
like
them
hell.
outside every once in a while. Let them do it outside.
Yeah, it's still on their fur. I can smell it. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm David Dickerman. This is my dad, Wesley Dickerman.
And have a good day.
Yep.